All praises, adorations, and honor are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of the worlds. We thank and adore Him for His mercies over us. We are especially grateful that He has given us another opportunity to gather again in this hall after an interval of over 13 months. I am especially grateful to all who have rescheduled their calendar to enable them to join us in this prestigious Oduduwa Hall. This morning, while apologizing for the shift of the reunion from its traditional first weekend in May due to the commencement of Ramadan, please be assured that coming reunion will go back to our traditional May date, inshallah.
That is an excerpt of the President's speech at the 16th edition of the Obafemi Awolowo University Muslim Graduates Association, Unifemga 2019 National Reunion Conference. Rescheduled from the regular month of May to July, it commenced on Friday 5th with arrival of delegates from all over the Federation and in diaspora, all converging at the gigantic Central Mosque, the biggest in any university in West Africa. The arrival culminated into the Jummat prayer led by the longest-serving imam in any Nigerian university, Professor Abubakar Abefesanusi. The usual thought-provoking sermon was hinged on taqwa, God's consciousness. The Jummat prayer was rounded off with the usual 2 rakah prayers led by the imam.
This word, Rasulullah says, this word is sweet and pleasant. Allah made you successful in it, that He might watch what you will do with that power. Therefore, beware of this word and beware of the temptation of women. For the first tribulation of the children of Israel was from the women. Beware of your position as successor.
So, Ọlọ́run ọba ní ilé ayé tá a gbé kalẹ̀ yìí, ayé mà dùn púpọ̀ o. Àwọn Kírísítì nǹkan yòròyòrò wà nínú ayé tí ọmọ tán ẹ̀dá jẹ. Ọlọ́run bá wá pàkíyèsí wa, ẹ gbà kìlọ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí n tí tan ni jẹ, téèyàn fi ṣe ẹsẹ̀ gbé, ẹ má jẹ́ kó tan yín jẹ o. Àwọn nǹkan kan wà nínú ayé tó lè tán jẹ, apá kan nínú rẹ̀ náà ni ẹ má jẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin, ẹ má jẹ́ kí ó gbé yín wọ̀. Nítorí pé tí ẹ bá ṣe ẹsẹ̀ gbé látàrú àwọn nǹkan báyìí, ẹ wà kábàámọ̀.
Ibadallah, you are successors of those who are gone and dwellers of the abode of those who are before you. Listen again to the word of Allah in Surah Yunus. Allah says, ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ خَلَائِفَ فِي الْأَرْضِ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ لِنَنْظُرَ كَيْفَ تَعْمَلُونَ صدق الله العظيم. Allah, we made you successors after them, after He had warned you that the previous generation, what they did and what they failed to do. We say we made you successors after them, generation after generation in the land, that we must see you how you will walk and attain perfection.
Ìwà nípò wa kì í ṣe pé bóyá agbára ni. Àwọn kan wà téèyàn ò lè fi agbára ṣe. Kò tiẹ̀ sí nǹkan téèyàn lè fi agbára ṣe àfi tọ́lọ́run ọba tó bá fún èèyàn ṣe. Ẹ rí bó ṣe rí yìí. Ẹ ṣọ́ra torí pé ńgbà tí àwọn kan tí wọ́n ba ilẹ̀ jẹ́sẹ́, Ọlọ́run ọba wa dá ẹ̀yin padà, ó wá mú ẹ̀yin padà, ẹ̀yin lẹ wá rọ́pò wọn. Àwọn ìran tó ti wá, tí wọ́n ti lọ, tí wọ́n ti wá, tí wọ́n ti lọ, tí wọ́n ti wá, tí wọ́n ti lọ. Ọlọ́run ọba wa fi ẹ̀yin rọ́pò. Ọlọ́run ọba ní lẹ́yìn náà bá gbẹ́rù gbọ́n rí, àápẹ̀yìn náà rẹ̀, àátùn mẹ́lòmíì tuntun wá tí ó tún máa ṣe nǹkan Ọlọ́run ọba bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́. Táwọn náà bá tún gbẹ́rù gbọ́n rí, Ọlọ́run tó pa wọ́n rẹ́, yóò tún mẹ́lòmíì wá. Kọ̀ọ̀rẹ́ Ọlọ́run kò sú Ọlọ́run nígbà kankan láti ṣe léyìí. Ẹ ṣe sí Ọlọ́run ní tẹ́nìkan ò lè parẹ́.
Visitation to the office of the Vice-Chancellor was next in the lineup of the 3-day reunion program, receiving the Unifemga delegates led by members of the Board of Trustees and executive members. VC Academic represented the Vice-Chancellor to receive the delegates.
We always do every year, and we thought it really fit to come and say so that you will not be too surprised if you hear our drum beating outside. So we have come to see a Kulesa. Also tomorrow, we have a public lecture like you have mentioned, and that is where we'll be giving out a scholarship to 80 students. I think that is and we will also love the school authority to represent them here.
Let me welcome everyone to this gathering. And first, recognize the presence of the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, who is here with us. We are both representing the Vice Chancellor. in welcoming you to this particular meeting. I want to say that the efforts of Unifemga in ensuring that at least the status of our students within OAU in particular is brought to a point wherein they will recognize the essence of life. Associations like these are very, very important, particularly one that has link with the religious, the religious setting. Important in the sense that it goes beyond just being members of association. It has the element of counseling, the element of really schooling them again to knowing the right path to follow. And we know all that we have been doing all this while tend towards that. And we will see that in most of the students, the way they be in terms of their morals, in spite of the fact that we know what is happening all around the country, but we still have respect for the way our Muslim brothers and sisters within the university setting behave themselves.
One of the major highlights of the reunion program is the annual dinner with the special intent of networking among the delegates. This year's dinner, tagged Push and Pull, was hosted by the chairman of BOT, Alhaji Rafiu Adisa Ibiti. The dinner commenced with the opening prayer by Imam Sanusi, opening remarks by the chairman of the local organizing committee, who is also the vice president, with the welcome address delivered by the host, where he emphasized on exploring more ways to help the great institution and encouraged all for proper synergy.
The tables are labeled according to different professions or industries and so on. Please quietly look for your table and join up.
Is to look for further ways to help our alma mater and to help ourselves. There's a theory about creating wealth, and it comes from self-preservation and self-realization. We need to move to the next level. And that level is to go beyond what we have done and what we are doing now. So you see that today we'll have dinner, but we'll talk about how to help ourselves. And we have two erudite members of Unifemga, Professor Egbewole and Madam Ni Yusuf. They are quite competent. But beyond that is the fact that we need to synergize. We have most of our members doing different things in different sectors of the economy, but there is no synergy. Nobody's talking to themselves. Nobody's calling themselves and saying, this is what we're doing, and this is part of what we want to achieve here today, so that we can move ourselves forward.
The co-host, Malam Yusuf Olaolu Ali San, also made some remarks with duo of Professor Bamire Simeon, Chris Ajila, both Deputy Vice Chancellor, and Dr. Oguntuwashi, facilitating the dinner with some pep talk and motivational speeches, where the duo of Barrister Abdulwahab Egbewole San, legal luminary, and Mr. Nii Yusuf, the managing partner of Veraki, going down memory lane for both of them, with Egbewole engine a speech of working smart, with a stint of hard work to get maximum efforts. You have to design your own strategy to attain greater results.
What I intend to share with you is what I title Making a Success in Career, Personal Experience. My understanding of the push and the pull is the challenges that usually come with choosing a career and how to achieve your goals in your career path. I intend to call attention to 3 key areas that I subtitle as faith, working smart, and mentorship. By faith, it is my conviction that ever before you come into this world, the great Creator has perfected your career for you. And you will end up wherever He has chosen for you. On the whole, as careerists, please believe in Allah and allow Allah to sustain you. But also emphasis, and this is where I'm concluding, integrity is very, very important. Your name will earn you respect. Your name will earn you money you think you are chasing. Your name will give you opportunity, provide opportunities for you.
Nay Yusuf exploit the power of having a role model. You must acquire the desired skills needed by the society. He rounded off with a counsel for the young ones to get mentors, sponsors in order to succeed in your chosen career.
And fortunately, I passed and I entered computer science. And so that is the power of a role model. Someone whose personality or his success you like. Now, it could have been negative, it could have been positive, but in my own case, it was positive. And so when I entered Ife, for the first time in my life, in my year 1 amateur semester, I had a receipt in mathematics. And that would be the first time I ever scored a subject so low that I got below 70. No talk of getting below 40, which was receipt. And so an uncle of mine who just passed from Ife, read civil engineering, then came to school and asked me, what was your result like? And I told him physics was good, chemistry was good, but math was receipt. He said, oh, really? How come? So, did you read any textbook? I said, no. Did you participate in tutorial classes? I said, no. What was the third one? Textbook, tutorial classes.
What I'm saying is that, please, whichever work we are doing, whichever profession we belong to, let's acquire the solid reputation. All other things will follow. And of course, I've made a point. Integrity is a sine qua non. If you don't have integrity, forget it. Because no matter how brilliant you are, when we say, that man is very brilliant too, but he's a bit, you are finished. Next one, no matter how good you are, never be arrogant. It destroys whatever you know. That one is very, very mentally alert. Very, very good. But you know, the problem is, it's too arrogant. Because this, from my little experience, these are serious undoings for brilliant professionals. If you are crooked, you are done. If you are arrogant, you are also in trouble. So, I want to appeal to us.
Malam Yusuf Ali also had some counsel for all. The dinner was rounded off with a presentation of the album of the medical mission to the representatives of NMNCO, those in diaspora. The interactions with guests and organizers sums up the quality of the dinner.
Thank you very much. May Allah continue to bless you. Congratulations.
On behalf of Chairman BOT and Mr. President of Unifemga National and all members of Unifemga home and abroad, It's our great pleasure to present this to our brother, Dr. Mosodik Bello.
Saturday, the 6th of July, saw delegates on a Keep Fit exercise, a way of imbibing physical fitness in spite of the busy schedule, walking from the main entrance of the campus all through the stretch to the sports arena can pass for an endurance test. Breakfast served with various sumptuous meals. The Oduduwa Hall soon played host to guests, delegates, and dignitaries from all walks of life for the reunion lecture tagged Power and Responsibility with Accountability in Nigeria's Democracy, Imperative for National Development. After the opening prayer by the Chief Imam, the young lads displayed their proficiency in the recitation of the Quran. Coordinating the event, Alhaji Abdurrahman Balogun swiftly called people to high table with Professor Aluko, representing the Vice-Chancellor, who was also unavoidably absent.
Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن الليل فاسجد له وسبحه ليلا طويلا إن هؤلاء يحبون العاجلة ويذرون وراءهم يوما ثقيلا ملاقا وما أدراك ما اللاقا قدمت ثمود وعاد بالقارية فأما ثمود فأهلكوا بريح صرصر آتية سخر عليهم 7 ليال و8 أيام حسوما فترى القوم فيها سرى كأنهم أعجاز نخل خاوية
ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم نجعل كيدهم في تضليل فأرسل عليهم خيرا أبابيل ترميهم من جارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
In the chairman's opening remarks, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, who is also the registrar of JAMB, x-rayed the topic with practical experiences of how corruption has eaten deep in the fabric of the society, starting from the home front.
The theme of this year's conference is not only apt, but is very, very relevant and germane to the status and present situation of this great country of ours, Nigeria. When you talk about power and responsibility with accountability, this is what we are managing and mismanaging in the country presently. They are very, very important. Power, by even ordinary energy that you call power, is killing enough. If you reduce power to just energy, I think it's one of the closest things that can kill as fast as possible. Power, by whatever definition, is killing if not properly used. Killing even to those who wield such powers. When we talk about responsibility, you are aware that whether we like it or not, each and every one of us will be responsible. There are people that you say they are irresponsible. I don't know what that means. The only group that I know will be irresponsible will be those people who have lost their senses. They will not be responsible for their actions because they are not conscious of the actions. It is in our interest, in the interest of office holders, to be accountable, to be transparent, to be responsible. Because at the end of the day, you are not only serving God, you are letting man know that this responsibility that you are giving to me is it. That is the sweet aspect of it.
The citation of the guest lecturer, Professor Momodu Kassim Momodu, Dean of Law Crescent University, was a mouthful, portraying his erudite scholarship and the right man for the topic. Power and responsibility with accountability in Nigeria's democracy, imperative for national development. His presentation was more of an inaugural lecture which held the audience of Oduduwa Hall of OAU, if spellbound.
But the topic itself has been described as ever so relevant in our polity today, as the leadership of our country faces an integrity crisis born out of misrepresented social values fostered by a corrupt judicial system. A very tiny percentage of the number of judicial officers in the country. If you know the number of judicial officers in the country and how many you have in each state, you know that these few people are just soiling the image and name of a whole system and a whole profession. We are very far from the state of institutionalized corruption in the judiciary, especially among judicial officers.
It's the concept of Sustainable Development Goals, SDG. Marrying this together, we see that of the 17 goals, the paper actually dealt with goals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 16. These were the ones that touched on poverty eradication. These were the ones that talked about stopping hunger. These were the ones that talked about gender equality. These were the ones that talk about education for all. These were the ones that talk about making health available to all, for all ages. And of course, these were the ones that talk about infrastructural development. And the 16th, which is the purview of Professor Momodu, is the one that talked about justice and creating institutions for accountability, building accountability in the system. All this together were well dealt with in the paper. Most importantly, in the first thing was that he laid the motivator for the lecture, which was about leadership and integrity crisis in the system. These were things that, these were two critical points that actually informed, or which he assumed informed why we have this lecture. The integrity thing is linked to some concept which had to do with transparency.
There were goodwill messages from the invited guests, alluding to the issue raised by the guest lecturer and chairman.
OAU prides itself in giving adequate training to students and producing the best graduates and professionals in all walks of life. The university is proud of its alumni associations, among which Unifemga is one. It is no gainsaying that the best medical practitioners, the best in the legal profession, the academic best, the engineers of repute, the best in the entertainment industries, and of course, the best in conduct of this country and beyond have in one way or the other gone through this university. It is therefore not a surprise that Unifemga is the best among the universities Muslim Alumni Association in Nigeria.
When graduates who are leaders of today and tomorrow especially those of the Muslim extraction, and who have the fear of Allah, gather together annually to interrogate issues of national importance. It is definitely a good omen that the turbulent times the nation is passing through will end at some point soon, inshallah. In Islam, the concept of al-amr bil ma'ruf wa nahy anil munkar are two very important Islamic requisites in the Quran. You enjoin what is right and forbid what is reprehensible. And these are considered positive roles in helping others and the communities at large to take the straight path and abstain from reprehensible acts.
Boki Unifemga, I want to commend them. Àwọn gan ni wọ́n ń sáàbù máa ń sọ kí ní kan pé èèyàn kírun is not serving Allah, he's serving himself. Ó gba àwẹ̀ ní sàkà kí wọ́n tó bá ṣe, you are serving yourself. But the only way you can make progress is to serve Allah. And your mission, scholarship, that's education. Dawah and empowerment. Those are the three things we require to move forward. We require corruption or no corruption. Àwọn àfà ilé òfà Ọlọ́run ní ẹ̀yin Mùsùlùmí ilẹ̀ dájú. Kò sọ pé àlá dájú nítorí ìrun or torí àwẹ̀ or torí sàkà or any of the pillars of Islam. Ó ní ẹni máa jíwèé iṣẹ́ ẹni fún àwọn èèyàn tẹ́ ẹ máa kọ àbàjẹ́ fún wọn.
We're just lucky that we are a part of this celebration, because it's a celebration, a big time, big one for that matter, where you have leaders who are thinking of the followers, that they must succeed in life through exhortations, through consultations, through support, both financial, spiritual, and guidance. There are many of you outside there, like an unboarded animal, walking around. But you are lucky to be part of this group. I say congratulations.
Thank you very much for this gathering, for bringing these people back to their base. I think some of them would not have been coming to this university not because of this program. Some have left years ago, but this program has been bringing them back to see how their university look like now, and to see what we can collectively do to improve it. Not just for the school, but for those coming behind us. And the online body is working in that direction so that we collaborate. I know Unifemga has been doing wonderfully well in this regard, in giving back to the alma mater. But if we collaborate together, I think we can do better.
Doing the same thing in the same way for a long time and expecting a different result is introduction to madness. The only philosophy that can save the whole of Nigeria, not even only the Muslims, is financial literacy. Spend interest of interest, not even the capital, interest of interest. If the capital is at the base, don't touch it. The interest from the capital, then the interest from that interest, that's what you spend. The problem the country has is that everybody spends not only the capital, they even spend everything, including the young ones. The moment you earn 1 naira a day, and you spend more than 50 kobo out of 1 naira. Once you spend more than half, you are suffering from financial illiteracy. Almost every Nigerian is financially illiterate.
The kind of situation we have in this country right now, I think we've got to do something which is in acting form and not in OP form. Power corrupts. Power doesn't corrupt. It actually reveals corruption, which means you're already corrupted. You just have the power to reveal it. That's one of the myths I'm going to. And the second one, I've listened to almost every speaker here today. The emphasis has always been on what the government are going to do for us based on our qualifications and the likes. What I want us to know is this. These people are the oppressors. And the oppressors are never willing to give freedom to the oppressed. It must be demanded by the oppressed. So which means we are the ones to empower ourselves. And when we empower ourselves and get to some stages in life and we become more powerful than they are, we will displace them because they've monopolized this governing system.
The major high point of the event was the award of scholarship to deserving students instituted by Unifemga members who are major players in the corporate world. This was coordinated by Dr. Mrs. Latifa Muyosore Durosimi and Mr. Niyi Yusuf. The awards and scholarship turned out to be a roll call of first-class grade among the beneficiaries.
Today, we will be giving scholarship to 90 deserving scholars. This will be the highest ever that we would do. And that comes to a bit above 5 million naira. So the first batch will be the Dotun Sulaiman Scholarship Awards. There are 10 of them.
The 20 Unifemga scholars. Unifemga is doing accord this time around. They've only been given 5 and 6. This year, Unifemga is given 20 scholarships. Takbir for Unifemga.
Allahu Akbar.
That is too small. Takbir for Unifemga.
Allahu Akbar.
The guest lecturer was later appreciated with the presentation of a special plaque. The roll call of the dignitaries in attendance did not go unnoticed, as our crew interacted with them for their impressions.
Unifemga has gone places, and then every time we come around, we always feel at home, and then we know that we have to gain something anytime we are giving lectures. And for today, they discussed extensively on something that is forming a cankerworm in the history of Nigeria. So we are very happy that it was well tackled, it was well explained, and then we enjoyed everything.
Very, very impressed about the turnout, the youths. It's not often you see many ladies come like this and participate, and young people participate, and saw the young children who were reciting the Quran. Quite impressive. I'm really impressed.
We listen to exactly what they have said, and then we should try to imbibe that in our characters, and then we'll be a good person so that Nigeria will be a better place for us to live.
The well-coordinated event was rounded off with a special vote of thanks by Engineer Abdul Fattah Olanlege, the LOC chairman.
I want to use this opportunity to thank everybody who has come here today. We know that it is not easy to create time, but I always say that whatever is important to everybody, we create time for it, we make time for it. And we appreciate you for making time to be part of this reunion. For the delegates, we thank you for the spending of money, for the taking time off work, family, and so on, for the inconvenience. For those of us who are our guests, we thank you for creating time to be here.
In a well-thought-out session, the young scholars and other youths were well-tutored and entrepreneurial training by Niyi Yusuf, which also coincided with the annual general meeting, SHG, chaired by Alhaji Rafiu Ebite, with other stakeholders in attendance. The meeting summed up thus.
The AGM, alhamdulillah, for people who have been able to sustain the SHG and this AGM annual something, you know, sustainability of anything requires dedication, commitment, and especially when it comes to we Muslims, you know, there are a lot of efforts. You have to put in a lot of efforts to sustain something, to make things working. So I'm very happy that things are moving. At least there is improvement in dividend and things like that. And we've been also being very socially and corporately responsible to do things for some other people too, even to the community, to even Unifemga.
The annual general meeting of the entire delegates from all over the Federation and diaspora was next. Issues were raised and trashed, with new policies formulated for the advancement of Unifemga.
And there has been no material change since the date of the balance sheet review of business.
The three-day conference was rounded off with a press conference where the communique was presented by the President, Engineer Abdulwahid Odeyimka.
Being the communique issued at the end of the 16th Annual Reunion National Conference of Obafemi Awolowo University Muslim Graduates Association, Unifemga, held at Ile-Ife, Nigeria, between Friday, 5th of July, and Sunday, 7th of July, 2019. That is the 3rd to 5th Dirikida 1440 AH. The conference, whose theme is Power and Responsibility with Accountability in Nigeria's Democracy, Imperatives for National Development, commenced with a Jummat service at the OAU Central Mosque, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. A courtesy fees was paid to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Yitope O. Ogunbodede, by the delegates of the conference, led by the National President, Engineer Abdulwahid Odeyimka. The Vice Chancellor was represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, Professor Simeon Banere. Thereafter, the delegates were hosted to a special cocktail by the OAU Muslim community. A special networking dinner tagged Push and Pull was organized by Unifemga, who were encouraged on the need to have mentors, role models, and sponsors, as well as remain focused to get to the peak of their chosen careers. The discussion was facilitated by the duo of Professor Abdulwahab Egbewole, SAN, and Mr. Aniyi Yusuf, Managing Director, Ferraki Limited. The reunion lecture was delivered by Professor Momodu Kassim Momodu, Dean of Law, Crescent University, Ogun State, with Professor Ishaq Oloyede, Joint Admission and Matriculations Board Registrar, as the chairman, while Dr. Lukman Fasasi, a sociologist, was the discussant. The conference also witnessed the presentation of 90 scholarships and grants to Obafemi Awolowo University students, totaling 5,200,000 naira by Unifemga as part of its welfare gesture to the students on campus. To date, the association has disbursed the total sum of 36,400,000 naira to 646 students of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria. The conference also had its annual general meeting, where all members met and discussed issues affecting the association. At the end of the conference, the following resolutions were passed. 1. In order to forestall uprising in Nigeria, all elected and appointed leaders should embrace good governance and make the fear of Allah their watchword. 2. All elected leaders should endeavor to be responsive and responsible to the needs and aspirations of the citizenry within the context of rule of law. 3. The federal government should show more commitment in fighting corruption, which has eaten deep into the fabric of the society, by being accountable and transparent in the business of the governance, while those found culpable should be allowed to face the wrath of law. Our leaders should walk the talk. Since Nigeria is a multi-religious, that's 4. Since Nigeria is a multi-religious and multi-ethnic society, efforts should be geared towards upholding the letter and spirit of the Federal Character Commission in all government appointments. 5. All the 3 tiers of government in Nigeria should ensure that the lives and property of all the citizens of the country are secured. This is important, as it is only when there is national security that development can take place. 6. That employment opportunities should be given to teeming unemployed Nigerians who are being used as instruments of violence by some selfish and unpatriotic Nigerians. 7. We condemn in unmistaken terms the post-election violence in some parts of Nigeria and call on the federal government to take more proactive measures in future to nip such tendencies in the bud. 8. That elected and appointed leaders should endeavor to fulfill their promises and pursue justice, equity, and fair play in all they do in relation to all Nigerian citizens. We advise all Nigerian leaders, as well as all Nigerians, to live in peace and learn to tolerate one another, be fair to all, and remember that injustice breeds uprising, kidnapping, banditry, and other violent acts. The conference also advised the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and Chief Security Officer of the nation to be on top of the security architecture by ensuring that he is adequately updated on the current happenings on the various theaters of internal security operations. We commend the national and local organizing committees for giving the association a well-organized conference. We thank all sponsors of the event, university administration, and OAU Muslim community for creating the enabling environment.
Thank you, and we thank God. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Well, we are happy with the overall impressions from the delegates and also the guests on the conference. We thank God for all the successes. We already know some of the issues that we have, and we are taking steps already to make sure that next year, inshallah, we don't have the repeat. But alhamdulillah, we thank God for the overall success.
The program this year is very unique in so many ways. Unifemga has been noted for being proactive in their activities, in their function, in their programming. You can see that most of the issues that are nationalistic are the issues that we deal with. We deal with the issue of security, deal with the issue of corruption, we deal with the issue of unemployment, we deal with the issue of empowerment and education inclusive.
Alhamdulillah, wonderful experience as usual. Opportunity for us to give something back to our alma mater, right? And it has been a very, very, very wonderful experience for us. I think we came with probably maybe the largest contingent from among all the branches apart from the host community. Because we were almost about 25 of us came all the way down from Abuja.
So the turnout is impressive, alhamdulillah. We had proper reunion.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I'm very happy, I'm overwhelmed. We have come, we have delivered, and everybody seems to be very happy. And alhamdulillah, we pray Allah will spare our lives in next year, inshallah.
As Unifemga continue to blaze the trail of alumni bodies that add value to their alma mater, this is also a wake-up call on others to emulate their good gestures as we reach them more successes in their endeavor.